It's an ML Sports Take here, brought to you by our good friends at Camillus Golf Club, Elevate Fitness of Syracuse, and St. Bonaventure University's online masters in journalism. Get more details at sbujournalism.com. Brandon Beane, right? We now got Josh Palmer. We don't really know yet, but so far it doesn't look like that has come to fruition, right? I mean, how long does it take to unleash a guy downfield when you have Josh Allen? I don't know what's going on, whether it's Allen and him, consistent chemistry, and Palmer got a little bit banged up last game. Is it Joe Brady's play calling? Maybe it's all the above. Whatever the case may be, nothing really unlocked there. Curtis Samuel has been an absolute disaster, both injury and contract. Elijah Moore, they used him on a jet sweep in the wrong place, and I don't really know what he is in this offense. When you think about wide receivers and you think about the weapons that Brandon Beane has not gotten for Josh Allen, just look at the last couple of drafts. Go back to the 2024 draft with Keon Coleman. They traded stupidly with the Kansas City Chiefs to allow them to get Xavier Worthy, and then they go get Keon Coleman, first pick of the second round, maybe to save a little bit of money, right? Second round pick. You got cap, you're right up against it. I don't know what the case is right there, but here's the thing. If you traded with Kansas City and it was already a dumb move, you could also then say, well, who makes more sense for us? Ladd McConkey or Keon Coleman? Now, it's always easy after the fact, and not in the moment, but look at Ladd McConkey with Jim Harbaugh, ground game, smartness, offensive play calling, nonstop, letting Justin Herbert go at it once he gets support from everywhere else. And oh, by the way, they've been on their fifth or sixth tackles in the offensive line. You can't even make that excuse for the Buffalo Bills. That'd be like losing both Spencer Brown and Deion Dawkins and then the next two guys. But the Chargers are constantly getting the ball to Ladd McConkey, who's way more of a fit. And I don't want to hear about the whole Khalil Shakir thing because you could move McConkey around. I mean, maybe a McConkey would have been a better fit there. Or, you know what? Brandon Beane was so scared about trading draft picks. Well, you're not drafting well enough to even use that as an excuse. What about the first round and going up and getting a better player, going up and getting a guy who has more of a skill set than Keon Coleman? Brian Thomas Jr. ring a bell? I mean, there were some other guys in this draft where maybe you could have gone up and taken a monster shot. I know that Harrison Jr. hasn't been really all the way for Arizona. He couldn't get all the way up there. Roma Dunze, do we know what he is yet with the Bears? Probably not. So there are other instances where this is happening around the NFL. But if you look at some of those guys with like more of a complete skill set who could help the Bills right away, who could be guys who you have to force the game plan to, go to them and open up the playbook and have more of a game program and game script for, more than just go up and get it guy Keon Coleman. And I know Coleman got hurt last year and that didn't help, but it seems like some guys were on the board, whether you trade up or you take a different player where you were at Coleman. Keon Coleman so far, again, just not cutting it for the Bills in the offense, much like other guys who they have signed in free agency. What in the world is Brandon Beane doing, right? It's like the offense, you're looking at the offense, and it's like, okay, the 13-second year, they used to have Davis and Diggs and all these different unbelievable playmakers, and Cole Beasley and Dawson Knox is basically a waste on the team. Oh, wait, but he's a good blocker. $12 million to be Josh Allen's good guy, good buddy, good guy in the club, a good guy in the locker room, and he can block. Don't forget about the blocking of these guys. Oh, don't offend anybody. They block. How about making some plays? How about catching the ball? How about moving the ball downfield? They finally got a great running back, and they have a great offensive line. Allen wins the MVP, and they're regressing with the wide receiver playmaking stuff, which is not allowing them to score enough points to make up for a defense that you absolutely know is not going to give you 4 full quarters. They're not going to rush the passer. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to get a fumble but have a penalty on them. They're going to get shredded on third down. McDermott's defenses are going to get carved apart in big spots, but yet you have QB1 and Josh Allen. You got to score enough points to offset the other problem, but they can't do that because they don't have enough weapons, and the OC is stuck in the mud. Mike Lindsley here, ML Sports Take. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Batavia Downs Gaming, Western OTB, Stanley Law Offices, and Rosie's Corner. It's Fish Friday tomorrow. Get on over to Rosie's, plus pizza, wings, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. The desserts, lights out. Pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin pie, pumpkin rolls. It's all happening there. Grab a gift card, grab the fresh honey up front, and ask about catering at Rosie's Corner, Route 11 in Brewerton. And a tip of the cap thank you to select partner friends of the show, Ed and Chris Duty, Bob Lindsley, Daryl Aber, Dom Cambereri, and the Swan Whitaker, Louis Gutierrez. and Walewski families. Oh, by the way, I have to mention Tismart Cigar Shop and Lounge before I forget as well. They have an awesome place if you're in and around Central New York. Go grab a cigar, hang with the boys, and shop local. It's a great place to be. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.